This episode of The Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/TRS for your free trial membership. Coming up on today's TRS, we answer the question, what else is on my radar?
Today we have a new segment called On My Radar. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 3 individual things that are on each of our radars this week.
Stuff that doesn't really fit in anywhere
It may or may
else.
not fit into the show, but,
Yeah,
we
we've
want
been
to talk about
one time.
So, perfectly put. So Danny, what's on your radar this week?
You know, it's not just been on my radar, it's been on the radar of a lot of film bloggers that I read over the course of the past year, and I never got around to seeing the movie Easy A, which we overlooked upon its release.
It seemed like it was just sort of like, you know.
Now it's on my radar.
Yeah.
Because Easy A just looks like a teen movie that, a subpar teen film.
Yep.
It is so much more than that. I wish you guys had seen it.
It's a par teen film?
It's totally on par.
It hits the 3, just like everybody else.
It's on par with the Hughes films, which it references throughout the entire movie. Emma Stone, who we're going to see as Mary Jane Watson in the Spider-Man reboot, is the star, a chick who, a teenage girl who lies about being promiscuous and then suddenly is inundated with popularity. And it's almost an analog to The Scarlet Letter. The way many
Easy A, I get it.
And she's got she wears a net. It's got all these, what's wonderful about the movie is that it's one of the most positive film experience stories.
Because promiscuity is great.
Because there's no sex in this movie. Because whereas most
less interesting.
Most teen movies are about whereas most movies are about trying to get laid.
Right. Yeah.
This is about trying to not. In many ways, and the parents are played by her parents are played by Patricia Clarkson and Stanley Tucci. They are 2 of the best parents I've ever seen in anything. I wish that they were real and were mine, though I love mine.
Better than the coach in Friday Night Lights?
They're the most wonderful family unit. I mean, as a great family unit, as a more realistic family unit. They are a great family unit, and the whole movie is just so positive. There's not a lot of times, like, things are going right for her, and then also it all goes colossally wrong. And that doesn't happen. Like, it's all this constant forward movement.
And it's just come out on Blu-ray, right? That's what kind of got it on your radar?
Yeah, so I could finally see the movie that
Would it have made your top 5 list had you seen it earlier?
I would have wanted, it definitely would be my top 10 easy. I would have wanted to put it in my top 5 just to make people more aware of it.
But now you have the situation with On My Radar.
It's my radar.
Jeffrey, Kanata, what's blipping your radar, my friend?
Well, it's interesting that Dan picked a movie because I'm picking a video game. A video game that was on my radar, just came out. But I think a lot of people would overlook it, is Pac-Man Championship Edition Dx. Which is the remake of the remake of the remake of Pac-Man. It's this new revamp that they did that was based on the Championship Edition, which I really liked when it was released, 2 years ago, I think. This one is awesome. If you think Pac-Man is kind of old-fashioned and staid and not very fun, Pac-Man Championship Edition Dx has all of the visceral thrill, edge of your seat, like awesome, kinetic of something like Geometry Wars. It is that fun.
Is it an arcade game? Is it Xbox Live Arcade?
And PSN, I played it on the PlayStation.
Oh, cool. I didn't know. I thought it was just on DS. That's awesome.
No.
It just says DSX.
It looks amazing, and it's the idea is that the ghosts are all sleeping when you first start, and the dots only appear in certain areas of the grid. And as you eat those dots, you will inevitably have to go by some of the ghosts, and when you go by them, you wake them up, and then they start chasing you. And then power pellets will appear in certain areas, and you can sort of accumulate this huge trail of ghosts because you've been waking them all up. And then once you eat the powder pellet, you turn around, of course, and eat them. And it's got this awesome, like, and you start like getting multiplier and multiplier and multiplier.
Awesome.
It's so cool. There's all kinds of different modes.
Puzzly, it sounds a little bit like it's action puzzle.
I wouldn't call it a puzzle because it's so actiony. It's more like if you would consider Geometry Wars a puzzle. It's a puzzle in that
how do I do this
things you
with
need
my
to do,
thumb?
but it's so fast. The game is so fast, and you're constantly having to avoid ghosts, and yeah, you want to do certain things to maintain your multiplier, and you have bombs now, so when you press the bomb button, it like blows guys away, but that reduces your multiplier. Very similar to Geometry Wars.
Interesting.
Very fun, looks cool, great colors. And
how much is it? Is it like one of the $6 or was it?
I think it's
15,
10, I can't remember.
iPad or iPhone? I would
not yet, but I don't know if I'd want to play it on that platform.
Really?
Yeah, because you'd probably have virtual sticks, which I hate.
Interesting,
And
interesting.
it's really fun, and I think people should check it out.
Well, what's been on my radar actually is sort of a weird experiment thing that I did, which was I've always been intrigued by this Windows 7 phone, but loving my iPhone 4, so why would I ever buy one? Well, I kind of just got over that hump and went, I'm just gonna get one of these things just for the mere fact that I can then play with it, and say definitively whether I, pro or con, whether I like it better or the same or whatever. I'm really enjoying the phone, but one of the key features with the phone is that it integrates with Xbox Live and allows you to play some really great games that are coming out of Microsoft Game Studios. Two of them real quick. One of them is by THQ that is available actually on the iPad and the iPhone, which I think everybody should buy, which is called Star Wars Battle for Hoth.
Oh yeah, it's basically zombies versus.
It's like Plants vs. Zombies on Hoth.
Yeah.
You are literally fighting AT-ATs, and I mean, you get snow speeders and X-wings, and it is such a joy to play, and I got super addicted to it. Which is great, and I recommended it was on sale over Christmas for the in the App Store for like 99 cents. But so that was great, and I was really enjoying that. But then I started playing Harvest. Harvest is the RPG, the action RPG that they showed off on the Windows 7 phone as an Xbox Live Arcade game that they're playing on the Windows phone. That then achievements work the same way. You gain achievements in even things like Battle for Hoth. I was getting achievements, and those points were being added to my...
That's how the PSP should work. You should
So what does Harvest look like?
Harvest is a top-down, it's like a Diablo-style RPG. Dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
But it's a sci-fi RPG. And it's very, very well done. It's very smooth graphics. I'll show you guys after the show. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Do you like the Xbox Live integration? Because it's pretty slick, right?
Love the Xbox Live. I didn't think I would care so much about the Xbox Live integration, but seeing those little achievement things pop up, you're like, oh,
sounds like someone's been on the achievement game.
Yeah, hopefully. You say you also played Elo Milo on it?
I played Elo Milo, yeah.
Does it play... What is the relationship with what you can play on it?
So I haven't figured that out yet, but I do know that the platform is ostensibly the same. So writing to the Xbox is like coding for a Windows PC. Writing for the Windows Phone is like coding for a Windows PC. So I don't know if it's a one-to-one relationship where.
But it has to have support, right? Because I know Elo Milo is a Microsoft Game Studios game, so I'm sure that they're.
Well, but also there's the other thing that you can do is you can actually play certain games that have this enabled, like the guy that we met at PAX who had the game that was like the samurai guys that would move.
Yeah.
And it was like a turn-based thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ghost Guy.
Ghost Guy.
What's that called?
Well,
yeah, it's out now.
It's got
rave
name.
reviews.
It's a cool.
Well, but that is not only available to be played on the Windows Phone, you can actually play a game against somebody who is on Xbox Live because it's a turn-based game.
Wow.
So you will literally get requests for, it's your turn in this game, and you pop it open and somebody can get that same request on the Xbox Live.
Cool.
So that integration is flawless, and it's really, it is fun. It was a little bit of a pain to set up because I didn't really have like an Windows Live account, and I kind of set it up to another one, so I had to do some sort of backtrack to get my Xbox Live thing associated. If you get a phone, I would recommend looking up how to associate your phone with your Xbox Live account before you attempt anything in the Xbox Live system.
So if you only had one phone,
Yeah.
Who would you call?
yeah, no,
Ghostbusters?
Windows or iPhone 4?
It's still up in the air. I have not once thought, man, I wish I had this thing that is on my iPhone 4. Not once in 3 weeks. And and a lot of times I'm like, wow, it does this? That's so much better than the way the iPhone does it. So anyway.
That's really cool. I mean, just the Xbox Live integration is really exciting to me. I mean, you can also send messages and use it sort of like you would use Facebook on your iPhone.
Totally.
Where you're not getting all the features of Facebook, but you can and you're not logged into Xbox Live.
Exactly.
But you're sending messages and getting messages in real time, and yeah, that's cool.
Exactly. So that's what's on our radar this week. That is it. We will see you next time. What? So remember to stick around for This Day in Rad History. But before we get to it, Daniel, hit me with a sponsor. Boom.
Netflix sponsored today's show. We are all Netflix users here. Most of you guys are because there's 15 million out there.
Yeah, dude.
But if you're not, Netflix is of course a way to rent movies, television shows, DVDs and Blu-rays by mail and instantly streaming onto your PS3, your Xbox 360, your Wii,
iPad,
iPhone.
Any way you want it, you probably got it or can get it. I, of course, highly recommend Easy A on Blu-ray, shipped right to your door in basically one business day. So go over to netflix.com/TRS and sign up for a free trial membership.
Correct. And as always, head over to jinx.com/TRS if you want any of our TRS swag.
If you want to see your background behind us and our episodes, send it to fans@totallyradshow.com.
Correct, Amundo. We will see you next.
Tomorrow, we sit down to watch The Green Hornet.
Today is January 12th, and on this day in rad history, way back in 1966, whap, bam, pow! The Batman live-action television show debuted on ABC, and we got Adam West, we got Burt Ward, we got cheesiness,
Burgess Meredith.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing. And this is a show I watched a lot on Nick at Night, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't on enough. I loved this
as a kid,
show.
Yeah.
Especially because they always ended it, because we watched it reruns, obviously. I don't know that they ever aired them in order, so we would see those awesome cliffhangers, and then also because you never know when a show, I mean, you had TV Guide, but like, you never knew when a show was gonna be on, so it's like, well, when can I see? It was so suspenseful for me as a kid. Like, how can I see that get wrapped up? Anyway.
So that was today, and thank you at Stacy Votel for sending that in.
Stacy Votel.
Stacy Votel.